Do you ever feel like your work is not good enough? Like you have improved on yourself, you have bought new gear, but your work still doesn't feel like it's the best. You just feel like you're a fraud and you don't really know what you're doing. That, my friends, is what is called imposter syndrome, and that's what we're talking about on the show today. My name is Ryan Alabi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I like to describe imposter syndrome as that persistent feeling in your heart that you're not as good as people think you are, or as good as people believe you are. You hear people compliment you and say, "Oh, I really like this thing that you did," and in your mind you're like, "That's just a one-time thing. I don't know if I can replicate it again." That's imposter syndrome, right? And that's your mind playing tricks with you. So with imposter syndrome, you would attribute your work to luck. It's almost as though I'm not as good as people think I am, so this must have really just been a stroke of luck. You do something amazing and everybody's saying, "This is so good," but you can't bring yourself to believe what they're saying. You believe that at some point you'll be exposed as a fraud. That's a very terrible place to be, and I've been there. Imposter syndrome is self-doubt that sometimes disguises itself as humility. So when somebody gives you a compliment about your art or your craft, you go and say something like, "It's not really that great, so it's just one light that I use though." Someone says, "Oh my god, I really love this video." It's Google CapCut that I use to edit it. I don't really have. Bruh, are you joking? It will make you, I like to call it humility. They're not humble. It's just self-doubt disguising itself as humility, and that's, it will kill you. It will keep you from fully owning your growth and your success. Because the truth is, you are actually growing as a creative, but imposter syndrome will keep you blinded to that growth, especially because you will now start comparing yourself to other people. Well, guess what? The person that you're comparing yourself to is probably also experiencing imposter syndrome, but they just keep pushing it. They just keep moving. So why do photographers struggle with imposter syndrome? When you're constantly comparing yourself to other photographers, when you find yourself comparing your work, your gear, your growth, their timing with yours, that is you allowing imposter syndrome to dig deep into your head. I'll tell you the truth, it's natural to sometimes do that. The truth about imposter syndrome is that it never really goes away. The best of the best in any industry still experiences imposter syndrome. However, they have found the best way to navigate it. I'm going to use myself as an example. I used to have strong waves of imposter syndrome every single day years ago. Do I still feel like that sometimes? Yeah. Do I still feel like I don't fit in this room? I don't think that I'm wise enough to be here. I don't think I'm smart enough to be here. I don't think I'm skilled enough to have this type of client. What do they really see in me to bring me here? Maybe it's just luck. Do I still feel like that? Yes. But I've found a better way to navigate it. Rather than allowing it cripple you, those thoughts will come, but you have to grow into a place where you don't believe them anymore. You have to grow to a level where you feel it, but feelings are fickle. Feelings are baseless. You cannot base your actions on feelings. You have to base your actions on facts. So this is what it is. I am skilled, because if I'm not skilled, they probably would not see me viable enough to do this work, right? My gear is good enough because it has done previous jobs. So yeah, even though I'm not getting 1,000 likes, 100 people have liked my work. If 100 people stop you on the road and say, "I like your clothes," or "I like this thing that you've done," that's going to be very overwhelming for you, right? I need creatives generally to realize that you'd always want more for yourself. You'd always desire a better version of yourself. The first thing I suggest you doing to overcome imposter syndrome is to focus on progress rather than perfection. Now, you have to settle it in your heart that you are actually growing. Your competition is between the you of yesterday and the you of today. How much better are you today than you were last year or than you were 2 years ago? If you go back and check, you will realize that you're actually much better, because between that time and now, you've kept on shooting, and there is no way you won't get at least 1% better because you've been doing the same thing over and over again, right? So focus on the fact that I'm actually getting better at my craft rather than perfection. The truth is, we can never become perfect creatives, and it's only God that is a perfect creative. We only get better and better at the craft, and that's the beauty about being a creative. The older we get, the better we are at our craft. As a creative, the older you are, the more experience you have, the better you are at the craft, okay? So compare your today to yesterday and see that there's growth and progress rather than perfection, okay? Remember that every photographer started somewhere. That photographer that you're comparing yourself with now, he started somewhere. But the problem you have is that you don't know how long this person has been photographing for. You started 2 years ago. Somebody started 10 years ago. You're looking at his picture on Instagram and you're wondering, when will I get here? Of course, you get there 8 years from now. Or maybe not up to 8 years, but of course, you need to give yourself time to grow. Realize that everybody that you're admiring or comparing or envying started somewhere as well. Okay, so give yourself time to actually grow and marinate in the growth process. Okay, celebrate small wins. When the client gives you a feedback and says this work is actually amazing, you say, oh, you killed this shoot. Celebrate the win. Don't tell yourself maybe this was the fluke, let's see if I'll get the next one right. This is good work, you did good. Celebrate it, be happy about it. You buy a new gear, celebrate it. Post it, be happy. Do you understand? You do a light setup that's actually very excellent, and you can see that I haven't shot like this before. This one is new. Celebrate it, be happy, clap for yourself that you've done a good job. Okay, stop downplaying the excellence that you can see as you grow. This one is very important. Invest in learning and practice. The truth is, at one corner of imposter syndrome, sometimes, now not all the time, sometimes is a lack of preparation and readiness. So sometimes, because you're not fully prepared or fully skilled at a particular thing, you might start having imposter syndrome pangs biting deep into your neck. You have to invest in learning and practice. You cannot only create when a client reaches out to you. You cannot only shoot when the client reaches out to you. You would always feel unprepared because you haven't practiced. Give yourself to consistent shooting. Shoot something every day. Right now, I don't shoot as much as I used to shoot years ago. Years ago, I used to shoot every day when I was trying to build up, my photography acumen. I shoot every day. It is how you build confidence in yourself because you've done it so many times. And even when you're in positions or situations where something is not going on right, you can always find something to cover up. You can always find a way around things because you've done it too many times to know all the back doors. Practice and learning would always make you feel like your best self. You might not feel ready enough for something, but you feel confident that you pull it off. Limit social media comparison. Now you do yourself. Now, emphasis on the word limit, because when you look at someone else's work and you admire it, many times you hope to be that person, you hope to shoot like that or film like that, right? But instead of comparing, find inspiration, be encouraged by it. Switch that part of your mind that looks at somebody's work, and instead of admiring it and deciding that you're going to put in the work to get there, instead you are seeing your own work as subpar. No, what you should do in that moment is say, I like this work, I like what he's doing. Let me dig deeper or dive deeper into it and see what he's doing that gives him this work, and I'll put in that work in my own craft. And that's the best way to go about it, rather than looking at the work and then comparing it to your own story, your own journey, and thinking that you're not good enough, right? And so to round off, I'm going to say a few things. Number one, photography is art. And now with art, there is no perfect art. Art is subjective and it will always be good. As long as you took your time to create it, it is good. Can it get better? Yes, but settle it in your heart. As at this level where I am, my art is good. Now the next thing is this. Your clients hire you for your eyes and your vision. The fact that you can see things that they can't see. It's not always about the best gear or the most followers or the most likes or your fame and whatnot. The reason why your clients are coming to you is because you're good. They won't come to you if you weren't good. So give yourself thumbs up for where you are. Finally, if you've ever felt like an imposter, you are not alone. The best of the best in every industry still experience this. So you're not alone, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. Now, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, but you've watched this video from beginning to end, God is judging you. So hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification so you can get notified when I drop something. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.